SNAC, the Social Network Application Cluster. A short introduction. Imagine 3 friends, Ellie, Julian, and Dennis. Ellie works in an office, therefore she spends a lot of time in front of the computer. To stay productive, she wants to be able to turn off all private social media. However, when she is using her social media, she enjoys reading long articles and participating in meaningful discussions online. Second, there's Julian. He's a sports guy and outside all day, so he barely engages in social media. However, when he goes to the bathroom, he really loves watching funny animal videos, and he enjoys sending them to his friends even more. Third, we have Dennis. Dennis has friends all over the world, and he spends a lot of time chatting to them online. With one of them, he even started learning Chinese recently. As you can see, all 3 of them have very different online behaviors. Good for them, they all could find social network applications that fit their needs. Let's say, for the sake of simplifying things, Ellie uses app A, Julian app B, and Dennis app C. So far, so good. But the problems start to emerge as soon as those friends want to interact with each other online. They have 2 possibilities. Either all of them download apps A, B, and C, which is already a hassle since they have to download the apps and go through the registration process of each of them. But then imagine 2 other friends coming who use apps D and E. That's where it gets too much for them. The storage on their phones is full, and they are annoyed by yet another set of registration processes. So, they go for the second possibility. They all agree to sign up for an app which promises to fill most of their requirements. Let's call it F. However, not even app F contains everything the friends had hoped for or would have needed, and so each of them would have to compromise again. That's where our solution kicks in. We will make all of those apps and many more accessible in the Social Network Application Cluster, or short, SNAC. Now those friends can access their favorite network from within their SNAC app. SNAC lets them do 2 different things. First, they can interact and exchange content with each other, even though they are on different social networks. Second, it makes it really easy to join new networks, because no new registration or download is required. Now, let's have a more detailed discussion about how we envision the Social Network Application Cluster to function. We start with how you access it through your personal SNAC client. Let's open the SNAC client of Ellie. Here you see the windows through which you as a user can interact with your networks. On the left, Ellie can choose to place some overview panels. On the top, she sees her identity. In the middle, she can see her notifications, and on the bottom, some bookmarks to access her most used networks in the blink of an eye. The big window on the right is where the content is displayed. Here the network that's open at the time will be presented. Currently, she has the group chat of her family network open. Let's check her notifications. Here you see everything relevant that's going on. The notifications are conveniently split into 3 categories: contacts, networks, and channels. Here we see some overviews of the networks Ellie deems important. She chose a global news network, and another one for local news. One for cooking meetups and kitchen parties, and one for fantasy. If you were to click on one of them, the network page would open, obviously. Let's check the contact notifications. Here Ellie chose to have them sorted by priority. The first one is an invitation to a barbecue party from Lotta via Meetster. Meetster is a network for planning events, parties, and other hangouts. Ellie never interacted with Meetster before. She doesn't even have an account. Still, we can open the invitation with a single click. Without Ellie installing Meetster, she gets the invitation displayed properly in her SNAC client and can interact with it. Besides finding all the relevant information, she can accept or decline the invitation and choose to contribute something. This seems like a really interesting network, Ellie thinks to herself, and chooses to explore Meetster further. She finds her personal Meetster front page. Next to her events, she also sees those close to her and those created by her contacts. Now, Ellie wants to host her own event, for which Meetster provides her with a template. Now, let's close the window and talk technology. Our system consists of 3 parts: the user client, the user host, and the network. The user client is what you just saw, the interface through which the user accesses the network. It can be browser-based, mobile, or a desktop application. The user host provides an inbox, user storage, and a SNAC address for each of its users. It works like an email inbox, where you can choose your mail server freely and even host it yourself. The network handles the interactions, notifications, specifies a format for your data, and properly presents it. Let's view the system in action. For example, user Ellie wants to send an invitation through Meetster to Dennis and Julian. Her client sends her completed invitation and the SNAC addresses of Dennis and Julian back to Meetster. The Meetster server then sends notifications to their SNAC inboxes. Once they open the notifications, their clients automatically request Ellie's invitation from the Meets the Network. Interactions get sent directly to the network server that processes the data and generates an overview of the replies for user Ellie. In comparison to traditional social networks, where all data is processed and stored in one central place, hence why different networks are not able to interact with each other, SNAC allows its users to freely navigate between all of them. Our system will be equipped with multiple modern technologies. For example, we plan to implement the Interledger protocol, which enables users to transfer micropayments in a secure way. With minimal effort, our users can choose to support content creators or networks they enjoy and help them stay independent and free of ads with even only a few cents. Additionally, everything we build for SNAC will be open source, meaning it will be easily possible to adjust our clients and social networks. In fact, we hope to gather a community that creates a broad variety of them. In the current, centralized system, it's really hard for innovation to come through. This has two reasons. The user experience of a new social network application still lacking users isn't at its full potential, which, in turn, makes it harder to acquire new users. Combined with the earlier mentioned issue that many users are already annoyed with the management of the existing applications, this hurdle of reaching a critical mass can seem impossible to overcome for many otherwise promising applications. In our system, it will be much easier for innovation to flourish. People can easily test your networks and will also be more willing to do so. Interesting content can be shared with contacts who haven't even joined the network yet. This might be one of the biggest potentials of SNAC, since in some fields of social media, innovation has been long overdue. For instance, the issue of hate speech and how to have meaningful and respectful discussions about political issues. Let's look at a possible solution. Underneath an article about a controversial topic, comments may be sorted by facts, opinions, and experiences. Hate speech may be voted out, and discussions exceeding the scope of the topic may be linked to a different spot, where people can discuss them all they want without watering down the core debate. As one of many potentially valuable ideas, SNAC would allow such a concept to be accessed by a vast community at an instant. Another big improvement of our system works for the benefit of content creators. Currently, it is mandatory for them to be active in all the networks their consumers use. They are dependent on the platform, even though they have no say in how their content is presented or financed. In our system, each content creator can choose their platform freely and even establish their own. Their users will receive the content and it will be properly displayed to them regardless. Last but not least, we want to talk about the advantage of decentralization. In the current system, only a handful of profit-oriented companies make most decisions about the nature of our global digital communication. The decisions they make have a deep impact on our generation and our society. Should a few individuals really wield such a power with a high potential for abuse on a global scale? Should not every individual, group, and network be able to decide for themselves which algorithms they trust, which formats they want to engage with, and which content they want to enjoy? That we have our applications available in open source is not just beneficial for each one of our users, for the obvious reason of it being free, but also because we, the developers, will gain no benefits from our software being run. We will be paid by people who believe in our vision, so we will be able to create software that benefits and serves only the needs and wishes of our users. No incentive to get them addicted, no possibility to sell their data. How do we want to realize this project? It'll be divided into 3 phases. Phase 1, prototyping and crowdfunding. This will be the stage where we want to build a community and get in touch with other projects and networks. A special focus will also lie on reaching out to content creators and influencers and to get them and their followers to join our mission. Phase 2, development and coordination. Through the crowdfunding of Phase 1, we hope to be able to assemble a known in-house development team which will produce meaningful social network application. It'll be equally as important to coordinate external development teams and server hosting companies to bring together a broad variety of applications. Phase 3, bringing the network to life. Finally, we will be able to provide our users with a set of helpful and diverse applications. Due to the nature of our system, a growth in one of the networks will automatically be beneficial to all of the other networks. This might start a wave that could utterly reshape the social media environment as well as the internet and our entire society in the process. If you want to support our mission, you can get additional information on our homepage snac.rocks. We're always happy to hear from you. Thank you very, very much for your valuable attention. Sincerely, yours, Social Network Application Cluster. We connect networks, we connect people.